Picking up from where we left off the last time, here's our boot. The carving's finished basically. All we have to do now is run the seam down each side, carve a little detail right in here where our stitching was. We're just going to indicate that with a knife instead of actually trying to do any stitching. And then, gee, there went my hat. Where'd it go? And then we'll burn the detail on here, sand it, and then it's ready to be stained. We're going to stain it. We're not going to paint it. You can paint it if you want. I mean, you can do all sorts of things with these boots, but we're just going to stain it. But before we do that, I just wanted to re-emphasize protection just for a second. Because like knives, everybody has their own protection they swear by, and I probably won't be able to change anybody's minds, but I'll just give you my opinion on it. I wrap my thumb with vet tape. This is the new rage right now, vet tape. Here's a package of it here. We use it a lot around this place because we use it on our horses, because that's what it's meant for. It's not meant to carve with. So get rid of it. It's worthless. And I'll show you why. That's why.
Wait.
Do you want that type of protection? Well, I don't. And believe me, I wrap this thing in about, oh shoot, I bet you there's at least 15 to 20 wraps around there. And it's double protected because I put extra padding on top of my thumb. So vet tape as a protective device, it's worthless. Here's what I use. I use carver's tape. It's a rubberized mesh. It's got a self-adhesive on it. Now here's the old thumb protector. There's still use in this thing here, but you can see what a knife did to it. But you can also see what a knife didn't do to it. And that's the important thing. It didn't go through. Sure, it scuffed up and sliced up some of the top, but it didn't go through to the skin underneath. It fits on there and it works. Here's a new one I just made the other day, and you can see just from using it on these boots here, it's already scuffed up, but it hasn't been cut through yet. Now this stuff here, for some reason, is getting harder to find. I think because everybody's switching over to that vet tape. But anyway, this is what I suggest to anybody who asks me about protection when they're whittling. I even use it on the fingers of my gloves because, believe it or not, these knives will go right through these gloves. If you're not careful, over time they'll wear out. So I put extra protection on the fingers that receive the most abuse. And you can tell by the scuffing on the fingers that it does protect these gloves. My advice, use this stuff here. It's just as cheap and it gives you 100% more protection. Okay, so let's put that away and get back to our boots. Let me get my thumb protector on here. Now, grab a pencil. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the seam on the boot. Runs all the way down. There will be two lines here. And on the face of the boot, let's line them up here again to make sure we get our seams just right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now take your knife and start up here by the pull tab and just bring her down. Kind of wiggle it around a little as you bring it down, because those curve lines just add to it. And then come back and take that little chip out. You don't have to go real deep. Just like that. See, there we've got one. Now we'll come back the opposite direction and put one right next to it, following that line we just made. Turn Turn her back up. And there we go. Just takes a second, but it just adds that detail. I hope you can see that real good. My wife just gave me a big sigh. I don't know what that's about, but I'll probably hear about it once we stop filming here. Anyway, now for these here, I think my head keeps bobbing in the way or something. Just cut across there and just take little narrow cuts across there. That's all you need. Just to indicate that there is something there. Try to keep them evenly spaced, because that's the way the stitching is on the boot. You can see I'm going off my pencil line. That's because I'm trying to keep them evenly spaced. And I'll come back here and carve away those lines because they don't sand off so good. Alright, now let's just scope this boot out because we're just about finished with this thing. I like to soften up any sharp edges there. Just give her a good once over. See, little things like that. See, I took those notches out of each side there at the heel. Now see how that made that look like that seam? Just curve right on down there and then curve right into that crease where everything is sewed together. That just makes it look good. Now over here on the other side, we haven't done that yet, but it's done exactly like this side over here. Okay? Okay, we'll do this side here. My wife told me, stop moving that thing around so much. So I'll try to hold it steady, just for her. Again, you don't want to go straight in with your tool. You want that chip to be V-shaped. And you want it to pop right out of there when you do it. Because people are always asking, how do I get rid of the fuzzies? Well, fuzzies are carved by two things: dull tools and incomplete cuts. If you have a sharp tool and you know where your blade's going, see right there? Watch. There's a fuzzy right there because it didn't cut all the way through. That's not a bad one, but each time you have to go back to complete something, it's going to leave something behind, and that creates those fuzzies. See there? That was a good cut there. See, everything snapped out. So now, like I did before, I'm coming in here, I'm taking out that little chip to make that seam disappear, or look like it's disappearing, up under the boot. See there? Just like that. Was that okay, honey? Okay, so we finished this boot, and now it's time to burn some detail on it. So I'm going to take it over to my burning station, or else maybe bring my burning station over here to do that.